33290. Read back, over.
Yeah, always. You said big one's turkey, little one's chicken.
So that's turkey jalapeno and this is chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got them folk out there be scared of that swine. I don't know why. I keep telling you that's deliciousness.
It's deliciousness.
But you know, I be trying to work with the folks. So meet them where they at.
So I mean, this is unconventional. What you doing right now? What's that you working with?
Yeah, man. Look, don't ask me. You know, we on.
What you cooking on is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You know, we on vacation. You got to work with what they got.
Mm-hmm.
So they had this little Presto pot.
You said, let me see what I can do with it.
Presto changeover.
No doubt, no doubt.
So, you know, we got to eat.
Gotta eat.
You know, down here in Virginia, visiting with the fam. So, you know, got a little spot so we can hang out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm always gonna stir up a grub. So
always gonna
just
get
trying
the
to figure
chef
out what we gonna do, what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, so you know, I was working with them jalapeno turkey sausage and the chicken sausage. You know, I ain't gonna leave it plain. So I pulled them out, threw some banana peppers in there, threw some onions, let them saute. You see, it got the color on there. I keep telling y'all, color is flavor. So you see the sausage got a little color on there. You zoom in, you see the peppers got some color on them. You see the onions got some color on them. And that's what I do. So we're gonna heat that up and get ready to work on something else for this little on the road trip breakfast. All right, doing this late day breakfast. You know, we kicking it on vacation down in Williamsburg, but still got to eat. So I just had this crazy idea. I brought my waffle iron, but I didn't bring really what I needed to do my homemade waffles. So I said, man, I should do French toast, but I ain't bring my griddle for my French toast. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna do the French toast in the waffle iron. So we just gonna see what that do. I have never done this before. I'm easily bored in the kitchen, so I'm coming up with some stuff. Got my waffle iron heated up. You know, some people hard-headed like Bruce, give me some thick bread. He was like, all right. Oh, I got you the thick blueberry bread. That is not what I asked for, but we gonna make it work. Remember I told you when you're cooking and you hear that sizzle, you want your stuff heated right, so that sounds good already. He did do good because you see that bread fits perfectly right in this waffle iron. Said I want something a little bit thick. Of course, I done already beat up my eggs, got a little cinnamon in there, a little milk, and maybe a little something else. You know, everything ain't your business. And there we go. So we're gonna pop that top down and see what it do.
How long you gonna leave it in there?
I have no idea. But the cool thing is with the waffle iron, it works off of steam. So when that light comes on, you know the right amount of moisture is cooked out. But that's when you got a batter. We gonna see what it do with this bread.
See what it do with this
See
bread.
what it do with the bread. Be right back. The good thing about most waffle irons, like I said, it'll indicate when it's done. So the blue light is saying ready, which means it's ready to cook again. You see all the steam coming out. So now we pull it up. Ooh, that sounds good and it looks pretty. Like I said, I had never done this before, so we're gonna see what they taste like in a minute. But think about it. There you go. You got your waffle French toast. Get ready to. And one thing you definitely want to do. Again, I'm learning as I go with this, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit it again with the spray because you don't want it to stick. But because it's the bread and it's battered so nice, that shouldn't be a problem. But we're gonna make sure it ain't a problem. So I'm ready to hit them with round two. Throw another batch in there, butter these up, and then in a minute we be cracking open them plates.
What we doing now, Ben?
So we get ready to do some I don't know. It's kind of a scrambled egg, kind of an omelet thing. I ain't much on tricks and trends, but this look kind of cute and interesting. So I want to see what it do. You're going to let the egg settle and then kind of see you can cook them in a swirl. And if it don't work, they're going to be scrambled. And then look, we'll swirl them next time. Again, y'all know me and that sound. It's the sound of success. And actually, again, when you're on the road, you don't have all your normal stuff. So we'll just see what this do. don't think it's going to work out as pretty in the style I was hoping, because this particular skillet isn't big enough. So the point was to gather this up and then start kind of swirling it around almost like in a roll shape. But also I would need more of a non-stick skillet. But you know, it's a live and learn. But I do like, even though I'm not stirring it, I'm just moving it, letting the raw eggs roll into a fresh hot spot. So you see how light the eggs look, so I can deal with that. I'm not gonna stir them and scramble them. I'm just gonna let them and keep moving it around. You see, to a fresh hot spot. Let the raw eggs roll there and cook that way. Like I said, I'm not going to turn and scramble at all. I think that's going to change the texture and keep and make the eggs light. So got a few peppers in there. You can see the green. Got some onions diced in there. But again, you see that spot? Let the raw egg roll there and just cook like that. And eggs is a protein, so you see how quick it's getting tight. That's why so many of y'all eat overcooked eggs, because they even cook a little bit as you take them off the heat. So I'm literally gonna turn them off now. Some people might think, oh, they don't even look done. But trust me, they're gonna continue cooking. One, because of the heat of the skillet, and two, because that's what proteins do. And you notice again, I didn't scramble or stir them at all in here, and I'm not going to. And then the last thing, I'm just gonna drop some sharp cheddar in there, and on this end of the cooking, that's gonna melt. And if you don't know, pay attention when you're cooking. Cold cheese and melted cheese actually have a different taste and texture. So sometimes, like you're cooking a burger or something, just put that cheese on there in the last few minutes, 30 seconds, whatever, let it melt a little bit. And again, you can see how light and fluffy those eggs are, because I didn't stir them at all to scramble, and I'm still not. I'm just flipping them to make sure. And don't forget, you saw me turn the heat off a little bit ago, and all that raw egg you saw is basically gone, like I told you. The residual heat from the skillet and the fact that it's a protein. All food continues to cook. You turn off the heat, it don't take away the heat that was already there. So I'm literally now getting ready to take them off the heat so that will slow down and stop that last little bit of cooking. So we got the eggs. We gonna jump back to them sausages they done. We got that blueberry French toast cooked waffle style. Plate them up. See how we did on the Johnson family vacation. All right, we're on the Dine and Dash Johnson family vacation road trip edition. So just stirred up some quick breakfast. Did the blueberry French toast in the waffle iron. Did the gently, not quite scrambled eggs with peppers and onions. And then we got a turkey sausage and a chicken sausage again, because some folk forget how delicious pork is. But we're gonna see what we got going on. You know, I don't do nothing regular, so got a little dry cider beer syrup. Gonna throw this on here. And actually, I got a greedy cousin in the room. I think we got another episode before we head back. Might let her pop in that one if she wash her face and get it together. So, anyway, here we go. See, that look good on both sides. I might need to patent that. I ain't never heard of that before. So, if you do it, at least give me credit.
He's talking about.
Yeah.
The like these scrambled eggs turn out good. They're real light, not beat up like some scrambled eggs get to be. And the sausage, this one is turkey with a little jalapeno in it, so we got a little seasoning in there. Again, it ain't pork seasoning, but I'm gonna let that slide. Chicken is good. Good late breakfast / brunch on the Dine and Dash Johnson family vacation.
So we're just gonna take your word for it.
Well,
You honest Abe.
well, first of all, I am, even though egg was overrated. But since I already ate off the fork, and my greedy sister sitting there looking like a puppy in the shelter. Come on. I know your boyfriend, so I'm gonna give you a new fork.
I'm just going to try the eggs real fast. I'm about to choke.
What? You ain't about to choke on none of my food. You tripping?
They taste a little spicy when you put it in.
Yeah, little, yeah. Tiny spicy. Taste the French toast.
That's good. I'm not a blueberry fan, but those are tasty.
Then why you let him buy the blueberry bread?
Well, you know, he's bossy.
I wasn't even there. He called me. Blueberry, that's cool. I'm not sure.
What's chicken sausage?
That's the chicken. Yeah, you missing that pork pop, ain't you? Okay.
No,
No, you're not.
it's not as spicy as I thought it would be, but it's all very good.
Yeah. All right, that's my plate.
Okay.
Dine and Dash, Johnson Family Vacation Edition. We out. What up, folks? Another episode of Dine and Dash with Ben Johnson, the Black Chef. Working on a few different things, but right now we're going to get some potatoes frying. I already got a few going. Get ready to break this down, put it in there, and then we'll do some seafood. This is going to be a seafood edition. So I love potatoes, easy to work with. Told you before, I never peel mine. But what I do is I scrub them under some running water with a brush just to get whatever off of the skin, because the skin is the healthy part. Break it down like that, cube them up. Easy. I mean, sometimes folk talk and make things hard. It ain't hard. You say a whole potato, 30 seconds and we done. Get ready to get to cooking. Already got a few started. Told you, sound is flavor. They in there. A little onion, some peppers. You can hear that. That's what happens when you cooking food for real. I got some seasonings in there too. I ain't gonna tell you about all that. But you already see some of them got a little color, got a little crisp. They've been in there. Let the one just put in there catch up. We good to go. Welcome back to Dine and Dash with Ben Johnson, the Black Chef. We gonna get to the seafood I talked about earlier. We got some red snapper, and you see what I did? I kind of cut into the skin a little bit. If you cook your fish right and get a crisp skin, it adds to it. So I just scored that. What it'll also do is a lot of seasoning to get in there a little bit, and it'll actually help your fish cook a little quicker. So that's why I did that. Another little tip. Got a little seasoning we going on there. And again, you can see it's getting into the flesh. It's all over the skin as well. So all that's, one of my partners said, all that's good money. Now what we gonna do is just sit it on a tray, but I'm flipping them for a reason. You eat both sides, let's season both sides. So there we go. Got it sitting there like that. Season that as well. That's it. It ain't gotta be hard. Fish don't take long. And that's all we're doing with that red snapper. Get ready to pop this in the oven, get it going, and we got some more seafood going on in this edition. Ben Johnson, the Black Chef, Dine and Dash. Be right back. Welcome back to Dine and Dash. At this part, we're doing the seafood edition. So we get ready to roll with these shrimp. If you look, these are head-on shrimp. These are about 14 to 16 per pound. I keep telling you, don't buy large, extra large. That don't mean nothing. My extra large is your large. You buy them by size, then you know exactly what you're getting. Head on. The less they do to it, the less it costs, and the better it tastes. It's a better product. So what I did, I have a rule. I don't eat no shrimp that ain't got the back broke. That's why you get the little vein out that has a little extra in it that you don't need. So I took these, cleaned them up, split them down, got the vein out the back, left the head on because the head also gonna add some flavor. We get ready to sort of steam them, boil them, and then we gonna go from there. So that's what's getting ready to happen next. Again, you see the size of them, you see the color, and what I've done, I already have my boil together, and these are gonna take probably 5 minutes tops, no matter the size. So just throw them in there. If you're looking at pot, what I like to do with mine, I like to do some beer. I do some seasoning. That's up to you. You can do a Cajun seasoning. You can do a seafood boil type seasoning. I ain't gonna mention no brands unless they holler at me about an endorsement deal. But you know, so you got that. You put them in there. Keep the temp up, and just let them do what they do. You ain't got to worry about seasoning them because the shell on actually adds seasoning. I season the water. Again, you look right here, breaking the backs is going to let the seasoning get into the shell as well. So that's really all we need to do right there. We're going to let them steam a little bit, boil a little bit. The shells are going to add the flavor to the broth that's already flavored. It's going to be good eating. Be right back. Welcome back to the Dine and Dash Seafood Edition. The last piece, the piece de resistance, is some scallops. And if you look, you see these ain't them bay scallops that be about yay big. These boys is like yay big. So these are nice size. You don't need many of these. Season them up a little bit. Just tap them again. Gonna put them in. Got a little oil. Got a little butter. Gonna let them sear on one side. Flip them. Let them sear on the other side. Even though they big, they don't take long to cook. They're gonna be succulent. So let's go ahead and get these in the pan. Again, you know, I keep telling you all, you get right here the sound of success. If you see that brown, what that is, that's a little bit of oil, but it's butter. And I'll let the oil, I'll let the butter brown a little bit. And here's the good part. You hear that sound? They're gonna sear. And also keep in mind, sometimes when you put food in the skillet, leave it alone. Don't do no whole lot of shaking the pan and stirring stuff up. A lot of times the food will tell you when it's done. You move it around too much, it'll start sticking. You see what I'm doing? I let them sit there, and I'm just moving the oil around. That's oil, and that's butter. We're gonna let them sit there. We're gonna let them cook. We're gonna flip them one time, and then they'll be ready for you to enjoy. Succulent, sweet. Definitely don't want to overcook them, because that's when they get kind of rubbery. But scallop this size, one, you pay extra for them because you sure don't want to mess them up. Two, it's a whole lot harder to mess them up if you just pay attention. So that's what we get ready to do. Welcome back to Dine and Dash, the Seafood Edition. We got some fried potatoes with a little garlic butter seasoning. We got some fresh red snapper with a little Cajun seasoning. We sauteed some scallops, a little butter, a little oil, a little adobo type seasoning. And then we took some head-on shrimp and did like a little seafood boil, except it was just a shrimp, a little beer, a little butter, a little oil, and some seasoning. And the size of those, again, it took about 4 minutes. So it's all good stuff. What we get ready to do is have my cousin from Philly, Kia, come taste it, see how I did. Come on, cousin. Come on, give me a hug.
Hello, cousin.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Let me try.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
We gonna go with yeah.
Yes.
You were speechless.
Yes. Look.
Those are the fried potatoes with some onions and some banana peppers. Yeah, again.
Yes.
And those are the scallops with a little Cajun seasoning on those.
Yes, it's delicious.
Then you gotta get your hands a little dirty now. Remember the shell on.
Get my
If you
hands
can get the
dirty.
shells on and the hands on, it costs less and it tastes better because they both add flavor.
The shells is off. Y'all will love it. Yes.
Well, thank you, cuz.
Yes, boo. You fine, you welcome. Yes.
All right. Ben Johnson, the Black Chef. Dine and Dash, the Seafood Edition.